Hurricane Beryl dealt a devastating blow to the picturesque village of Soufriere, leaving a trail of extensive damage to property.
We are now at the Soufrière waterfront, but I have started today at the beach park where you have extensive damage, where more than anything else, the number of boats that are damaged, as well as the damage in the cemetery. I mean, it's the first time we've seen the water actually in the cemetery. The graves are all covered up. When I look around what has happened, even at the section by the police station, the post office, the water just came. And when you compare it with what has happened at Barron's Drive, you could see the work, the stonework that was done at Barron's Drive. Thank God, seems to have saved the Barron Drive community.
The design of the stones, the placing of the stones had a lot to do with what's compatible at the waterfront here. That's why that wall is never damaged. It's anti-surf. So that itself rides Quelnas free at all times when you see we have high waves. That intervention was a masterpiece, and I think we need to do that along the coast of Soufrière.
Parliamentary Representative Emma Hippolyte described the aftermath as urgent, highlighting the pressing need for all hands on deck and a possible rethink of logistics during times of adverse weather.
It is extensive damage. When I look at both jetties, seems to be damaged. But as a government, we have to do what we have to do. We have to rebuild. And give God thanks that He saved our lives. Well, I need to say thanks up to yesterday. Well, from Saturday, I sort of commended the fishers because, in all fairness to them, Saturday was Fisherman Feast. They got up, they went to church, they were celebrating at the fisheries, but they also took time to pull the boats out of the water. So this time they were not negligent, but where they thought was a safe haven for the boats, the water came, picked all of them, and placed them in the cemetery, all damaged. So that's an example for us that we have to do some type of work. The engineers will tell us what it is we have to do down in that area.
Hippolyte notes recovery efforts are now focused on assessing the full extent of the destruction and coordinating relief to aid in rebuilding and fortifying infrastructure.
We know Soufrière has been doing a lot of work in terms of agriculture. Have you been able to reach out to the people on the ground there? Any information?
Yes, I have spoken to some people in Mini. Yes, we've had some damages in the agricultural sector. But thank God this time around, Soufrière is spared because, every serious hurricane, Soufrière is the first community that always gets the brunt of it. This time, the crops are damaged, but lives are not lost.
On Tuesday morning, swift cleanup operations began, with heavy machinery deployed to clear sand, silt, and rocks from the waterfront.
What update can you give us in terms of the impact of Hurricane Beryl?
The impact of Hurricane Beryl is severe on the waterfront in Soufrière, as pictures showed. Witnessing it last night was something new to me. Based on I saw Hurricane Lenny, Tropical Storm Lenny, what it did, but yesterday was something upscale in terms of the disaster.
District Disaster Coordinator Placid Lascaris, speaking to SRDF's Communications Manager Lovely Saint-Amy Joseph, says that the committee established operations at a local learning institution to collect reports from the out districts for compilation and submission to NEMO.
I did make mention to some of the boatmen that we were going to receive very high seas, and that came to fruition from Thursday. I did mention to one of them, get your boats to higher ground, but it looked like the ground we got it to was not high enough because Beryl was a big woman.
And as we continue along the hurricane season, your message to the residents of Soufrière and by extension St. Lucia?
Yeah. Be vigilant, take the weather warning seriously, and always remain safe in the time of the hurricane strike.
The MP expressed heartfelt gratitude to all volunteers who played a crucial role in clearing debris, helping Soufrière swiftly move towards recovery. Soulaja Alfred, HTS News Force.